Hello and welcome back to the shop. Today we're going to take a look at a unique tool, and they are spring-loaded Crowfoot wrenches. And the idea of these is that the tool will open up and grab on nuts or whatever else and spin them loose. It's kind of like an adjustable for a crow's foot. And I thought they were kind of interesting. They have, these two are 1/4 and 3/8 drive. So you can get them on a breaker bar or something like that. And let's get some fasteners and see how they hold them. Okay, so we've got out our friend the microscope here, and we're going to take a look at a few different fasteners with these. But first we'll take a look at the tools. You can see kind of how they're made. Let's take a look at the 3/8 one a little bit. That one's a little bit easier to see. If I can hold that open. There you can kind of see how the teeth are made. And you can see how the teeth go back into the inner part of the jaw here. So that the more you open it, the more teeth you have. You can see the same thing on the 1/4 inch version. Now you can see here the 1/4 inch works with 3/16 to 7/16 fasteners, and the 3/8 works from 5/16 to 11/16. Obviously metric is acceptable because why not? So let's start with something relatively decent in size. This should be a 3/4 fastener, which should be about the limitation of this tool. Let's see if it will go on. It got on it, but it's not really the greatest, being honest. I think it would grab it and go with it, but you can see there's quite a gap there on the side. We are jammed in there. You can see we're tight on that end, and we're tight there. If we spring this open more, we don't really gain anything. It's still kind of not set in there the best. So that is definitely not able to take a 3/4, because that is a 3/4. Figured we would check that out first. They're not lying. It will not do 3/4 inch. So let's take a look at something that is a little smaller. We can see this is probably a bad choice because it's so long. Maybe we can get it up here. We can see that that's set nicely in there. Everything is grabbed very well. This should have exceeded the capacity of the 1/4 inch one, which it has. Let's take a look on this nut, and we can get a better idea how that looks. You can see that you have decent surface area contact between this V-notch area here and the flat area here. It almost appears as though that radius largely becomes a flat. You have at least 2 teeth with contact, and as you turn, it's going to want to dig in a little bit more. Here is a 1/4 inch hex that we can get the small one on. And we can see, let's change our focus, we can see how that also has a good surface area contact. You You see on the bottom there, it's like in that groove, and then on the top you're in the V-notch. So that's actually a good solid grab. 7/16 is the max for this thing. Let's see how 7/16 looks on it. It certainly is grabbing. You can see it's got a decent surface area contact. We'll also take a look at something metric here. Not that it should matter, it's all pivoting, so it shouldn't matter at all. There you go, there's a metric fastener. And for the bigger one, we can do the OD of the diode. There you can see the diode grabbed on that. So kind of a neat tool. A little bit something that isn't overly common to see. And they have kind of a finite usage, but it's one of those, if you're in a pickle and you need to get something done, I think this would get you out of a pickle. They're not made horribly. Let's take a look at construction here in the microscope. They have a decent rivet in them, and you can see when you flex the tool, let's do it in frame, you can see when you flex the tool that the rivet doesn't really move any. You can see this was pounded over, probably used in a press. Set that so that it is not loose. It's pretty tight. Now, as you torque on this, will it get looser? Entirely possible. The machining work or the forging on these is not bad. You can see they have a little bit of a detent, so the ball of your ratchet will not, it'll hold it somewhat. So there's the ball of the ratchet. It gives it somewhere to go to, and it doesn't want to immediately fall off. Chances are you're going to be using a breaker bar with this, but you can use it with a ratchet. There's nothing saying you can't. You'd just be resetting a bunch of times. It'd be a little awkward. But I think they're decent. I mean, the VIM, that's all laser etched. That can wear off over time. They have a decent catch here to pull it open. It's not a bad design. It allows you to get a finger on it, and that works. So, just a quick look at these. I found them interesting. It's one of those in a pickle, try and get you out of it tools. If you have these, let me know. I'd like to know how they work. If you've broken one of these, I'd like to know how you've broken it and what you were, how, what force, all that fun stuff, and how it failed, more importantly. Did the rivet come apart? What failed on them? And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one, and have a great day.